how much milk does my kiddo need? So this is a really common question, especially so when babies turn 1, they no longer need breast milk or formula for their nutrition. And it's become kind of culturally traditional and standard to transition kids to milk. And milk can be a great source of calcium and vitamin D. And it is, widely available, not super expensive, and it's convenient. So it is, and oftentimes kids like it, and it's a good alternative to what they're used to drinking, which is formula and breast milk. But truth be told, kids do not need milk. They need the calcium and vitamin D, and they need some protein and fat, which also they can get from milk. But in kids who are either they don't like milk, or they're only drinking milk from a bottle and parents are trying to get rid of that bottle, you don't need to give them milk. And so in those situations when, for whatever reason, your kid isn't getting much milk, you can get that calcium and vitamin D into them in other ways, and then just keep them hydrated with water. The other thing that happens sometimes is that kids just drink way too much milk because they are used to drinking large amounts of milk or a formula, breast milk or formula, from a bottle. And if they continue with a bottle, they get comfort from a bottle. They often need that bottle for falling asleep, and they end up taking very large amounts of milk. And that can cause some problems, actually, and we really recommend not going over about 24 ounces, which is like 3 big bottles a day of milk. So if your kid is having milk with meals and then having more bottles with bedtime or even overnight, they probably are getting too much milk. And so again, we need to kind of cut that out and replace with water. So what I like to do is think about it as milk is a drink to drink with meals after babies turn 1. It is not the meal. It is just a drink to have with meals. And if you think about it that way, then your kid's probably going to drink maybe 2 to 3 glasses or servings, 6 to 8 ounces each serving of milk a day. And that's usually perfect for the amount of vitamin D and calcium that they need. Now, again, if they just don't drink milk at all, that's okay too. Just drink water with your meals. And then you have to find other dietary or supplement ways to get your calcium and vitamin D. And we'll talk about that separately. So your kids do not need milk. It is okay to use it with limits of about 24 ounces a day as a good source of calcium and vitamin D, as well as some protein and some healthy fats. But if your kid doesn't drink milk, it's totally fine to get those sources elsewhere and just drink water.